Hi friends, in today's video we will talk about Amazon EC2. Amazon EC2 is one of the most popular services provided by AWS. And for me it's very important to have the knowledge of Amazon EC2 and different parameters when you work with AWS. So now I logged into the AWS Management Console where you can see all the services which provided by AWS. And you can click on any services you want and configure and manage it from here. So in this case, we will go with the EC2 where you can click on this link right here, or you can select the EC2 from the service drop down, or you can directly search service name here and go with the first link. This will take you to the Amazon EC2 dashboard where you can configure and manage the EC2 instances. So in this dashboard, first thing you need to select is the region. You can select the region based on your user base or the one near to you. AWS has many regions which you can choose from. You can select a Asia specific region or a US specific region, depends on your need. So as you can see, it has a lot of region and it depends upon you which region you need to host your EC2 instance in. So for this example, I use Ohio, and this dashboard will show you the snapshot of what you have in that specific region. So if you have an EC2 instance launched or configured in the Ohio region, it will be listed here. So like that, it will show you how many instances running or how many security groups are there, all those things. And to create a new instance, you can go ahead and click on this instance and click on this launch instance button. To launch an instance, first thing you need to choose is the Amazon machine image. The AWS provides a list of distribution where you can choose from, including macOS, Windows, and Ubuntu, Linux, etc. So you need to choose an image based on your application. Your application may have a dependency on AWS, the Linux version or a Windows version. You can choose based on that. For this example, I am choosing the Linux 2 AMI, which is a free tier eligible one. So once you confirm the machine image, you can select. And the next option is you need to choose an instance type. For this example, I choose T2 Micro. AWS provides a wide variety of instance type where you can choose from. It depends on your need. It has combination of CPU, memory, storage, and networking capacity, and which will give you flexibility to choose the appropriate mix of resources for your application. You may be hosting a gaming server or you may be hosting a website. Depends on that, you can choose the instance type from this list. So I choose the T2 Micro, which is free tier eligible, which has one CPU and 1 GB memory and EBS store. The T2 Micro has up to 750 hours of free time per month for the first 12 months. And as you can see, AWS offers up to 128 CPU for an instance. So once the instance type is selected, you can click on this review and launch button right here, which will then launch a EC2 instance with default configurations. But in this video, I will show you the different parameters which we can configure when you're launching the EC2 instance. So first thing you need to do that is for configure instance details. For that, click on here. So in the configure instance details page, first thing you need to decide is how many instances you want to launch. If you want to launch the multiple instances at the same time, you can go ahead and give the number here. And we will talk about this auto scaling group in another session. And by default, AWS will be launching an on-demand instance. And if you're looking for a spot instance, you can go ahead and check this box and provide a budget based on your need. AWS has other types of instance like a reserved instance, on-demand instance, and a dedicated instance like that. We will talk about that in a different session. So once the number of instances is configured, next thing is the network layer. So in the network section, you can have the default VPC which is provided by AWS, which is specific to the region, or you can create your own VPC with your own IP range and create subnet, configure route tables, etc. So for this example, I am using the default version, and I will talk about the VPC in another video. And after selecting the network, next one is the subnet. The subnet is specific to each availability zone. In AWS, each region has multiple availability zones. If you want to host your instance in specific availability zone, we can choose the subnet related to that one. So for this example, I am using the no preference, and then AWS will launch the EC2 instance, one of these availability zone. The next option is auto assign public IP. So when you launch an EC2 instance, it will be having a public IP and a private IP. And the difference between is public IP, with the public IP you will be able to access the instance data from outside internet, and private IP will be visible only inside the subnet. So this thing based on your application need. If you are using a database, if you're using this EC2 instance to configure database, you need only the private IP because you don't want to expose the database to the public world. In that case, you can go ahead and disable it. If you're launching a web service or a web application, you need to enable it because it needs a public API and it has to access from the outside world. We will talk about this placement group, capacity restoration, all those things in another session. And one other important thing we need to know is that in advanced details, there is one field user data. With this user data, you can configure some script or some commands which you want to run when you first start the EC2 instance, like installing Apache server or configuring some settings or something like that. You can configure it here. By default, you can give it as a text of this base64 encoded format. So once that is confirmed, you can click on storage. As I showed you earlier, the T2 micro only has the EBS volume. So as you can see now, it has a root volume which is an EBS store with 8 GB size. So this checkbox here shows whether you want to terminate, whether you want to delete the EBS store volume when you delete the instance. You can uncheck this box if you don't want to delete the EBS volume when you terminate the instance. So EBS is an elastic block store, which is a persistent store which can be detached from the EC2. We'll talk about the EBS in another session. So once that is done, you can click on this next add tags. The tags are useful to attach different kind of tags for instance, volume, and network interface, which is useful when you do that when you do cost explorer or budget analysis, which will be helpful to group the instance or the volume in specific type and see from where the money goes. For those kind of details, this add tag is very helpful, and you can tag the instance volume or network index based on your need. It's not a mandatory thing, it's just for the easiness of to group the things. So once that is done, one of the most important thing is the security group. So by default, all the traffic to that EC2 instance will be a deny. So to allow access to the EC2 instance, you need to create a security group, which is kind of a firewall. You can use the default security group, or you can create a new one. So for this example, I am going to create a new one and name it like my first VM. And this right here is showing what kind of access you need. You can add different kind of roles and protocol in this list. To add a new set of roles, you can click on this add role button and choose the protocol you want and do other configurations. So for the example, I'm using the default SSL1 with TCP and 22 port range, and this shows the custom 00 means it will be allowed from any IP. It is allowed to the public. You can choose to have the specific IP here if you want to allow only access from a specific IP. So once that is set up, you can click on the review and launch button, which will then show the overview of what all things we configured till now. So once everything is done, you can click on launch, which will ask a key pair. This key pair is needed to connect your EC2 instance from your local machine. So you can create an existing key pair or create a new one. So I'm going to create a new one here. Give any name you want. So for example, like giving EC2 demo 1 and download the key pair. So once that is done, you can click on the launch instance. So the instance is now launching. You can go down and click on this view instance button. As you can see, this it is in state is pending, which is coming up in few minutes. So let's wait for that. In the meantime, we can switch to the old view to see the experience, which is more easy for me. Okay, this will show you the overview of the instance and its details. So as you can see, it has a public IP, security group, and a private IP attached to it. And to connect to that EC2 instance, you can click on this connect and choose this browser-based SSH connection and click on connect, which will then open up a PowerPoint like shell, command prompt like shell in browser base, and you can execute command in that. You can create a template from this instance which can be used to create another instance in the later sometime. Or you can click on this launch more like this button, which will then show you the configuration we done for that instance, and you can edit if you have any, and click on the launch, which will launch the other instance. And for example, here I am editing details and I am changing the availability zone to a different one. So I will choose 2D. So here I'm choosing this key pair as I already have one. As you can see, it's in pending state and it's launching in US East 2B. So this is how you need to launch an EC2 instance in AWS. We will show you how to install and configure some service in this EC2 in another video, and how to access through SSH. Hope you understand how to launch the EC2 instance. Thanks for watching.